You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV. Zach Cantu and Davis Rankin on your 956 drive home. You know, eating's become a big deal for a lot of us during the quarantine. We weren't able to get to gyms and things like that. And, well, some of us are muffin tops. And at the worst possible time because the holidays are around the corner.
Yes.
And to help us manage, you know, just to get us into the right mental state for the holidays that are coming up. We got a healthy living expert, Jonathan Bailor, joining us on your 956 drive home. So what's the story? How many people are trying to deal with the amount of weight that we've gained over the quarantine, and how much of a time bomb is this around the holidays?
It's definitely that time of year where we're all thinking about cakes and pies and Christmas cookies, and you put that on top of the fact that the average American has gained between 15 and 19 pounds over the past 18 months due to the lockdown. And we're all going to be looking like a little bit of Santa Claus here coming up, I think, is the key takeaway.
So what's your advice other than don't?
No. Well, in reality, what's really nice is that if we look at the modern science of healthy eating, which is very different than what a lot of us have been taught and what we cover in this new movie we just released with top Harvard doctors called Better, is that really we can enjoy a tremendous number of holiday treats. There's nothing wrong with healthy fats and whole foods and succulent meats and just so much of what we enjoy over the holidays. What we just need to stay away from is really processed foods and sugars. And that doesn't mean we can't enjoy anything sweet, but it does mean we can make smarter choices. And it does mean that, look, the idea is not try everything, but in moderation. It's enjoy the right things in abundance. And I think that's a much different message that we've been given to date. And I also think it's a very empowering message because I don't know about you, but eating, one Pringle doesn't satisfy me. It just makes me want to eat more.
Yeah. Well, there's the secret of Pringle's success right there.
So around the holidays, you got the big Thanksgiving feast. You've got the glazed turkey there, and you got the mashed potatoes and the candied yams and all the little casseroles and things like that. And it's a very nice spread around the holidays. How can anybody exercise enough willpower to not indulge themselves with something like that?
Well, I think the key here is really to try to stay away from willpower. And here's what I mean by that. Let's imagine a traditional Thanksgiving spread, right? You might have some turkey. You might have some ham. You might have some yams. You're certainly going to have a lot of vegetables, right? All of those things that I just mentioned are wonderful for you. I mean, you could even put some gravy on your turkey. The thing that we want to stay away from, I mean, even when you're thinking about pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie, like the filling of those pies can have some redeeming nutritional qualities. It's the crusts, it's the bread, it's the rolls. What's ironic is some of these like filler foods we traditionally were served as children just to fill us up. Those are the foods that really compromise our health. And the things that we really enjoy, the meat of the meal, no pun intended, that is going to help keep our waist slim and also our health robust.
So we're supposed to avoid breads and sugars, right?
As much as possible, but I would recommend one tweak to that, which is anytime we tell our brain what to avoid or what not to do, that's a great way to make our brain hyper-focus on it, right? So what you want to do is to try to fool yourself into not indulging. What I mean by that is if you ate so much turkey, so many sweet potatoes, so much of some succulent sauteed vegetables that you were just too full for rolls, then you're not using any willpower at all. I mean, we've all, let's be honest, it might not be every day, but we've all been too full for dessert at least once in our lives.
Guilty. Yeah.
What if we were too full for dessert just more frequently?
Jonathan Bailor is a healthy living expert, our guest on your 956 drive home. Go ahead, David.
A doctor friend of mine once said to wait, I think he said 10 minutes. It takes 10 minutes for your stomach to tell your brain, I'm full or almost. So if you go back real fast and you eat, that's a good. So does that sound reasonable to you? Try to wait 10 minutes before you go back, and you may not be quite as.
that is a great evidence-based recommendation. It is going to take some time for you to feel full. So, and this works well during the holidays because if you have the opportunity, you have family around, you can take your time to eat, right? Eat slowly, enjoy every bite. And that's something you don't have to just do during the holidays, but the science is clear that the more we consciously enjoy the food we're eating, the faster we'll become satiated and the more we'll enjoy it versus, for example, having a big tub of popcorn and just mindlessly eating it while watching television. Not really satisfying.
I know you save your mindless eating for the movie theater. That's where you get that. Is there, just out of curiosity, what if you know, what are a couple of if the foods you would ban, were you able to do it because they're just, no matter how much we like them, we just can't. They're just not good for us. And I'm thinking of fructose. Why do I think anything with fructose? Fructose does something that prevents us from getting satiated? No.
Fructose is not a good thing. As a general rule of thumb, it's found a tremendous amount in packaged and processed foods. But I really try to stay away from demonizing any individual substance because, for example, fructose is also the sugar found in fruits. And blueberries certainly also aren't bad. Right? Fructose is fruit sugar. So what the key thing to avoid, if we want like a hard and fast rule, is like, look, the holidays, if someone is going to take the time to cook something, we are not experiencing a diabetes epidemic in this country, diabetes and obesity together, because of home-cooked meals. Right? Think about Christmas and Thanksgiving existed in the 70s, and we didn't have an obesity epidemic in the 70s. We are experiencing an obesity epidemic because 67% of the calories that our children consume are from ultra-processed fake food, not from food you cook at home. So enjoy your home-cooked food over the holidays, and then enjoy your home-cooked food all year round, and stay away from edible chemicals.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Bailor, we're going to have you back to talk about Christmas, that's for sure, because, I mean, part of the Christmas season are all the baked goods that everybody passes around. We'll have that chat again sometime soon. Thanks a lot. Jonathan Bailor is a healthy living expert, our guest on your 956 Drive Home.